Morning Spurs fans, Paul Hotspur hippie here, 5:30 a.m. I'm going to head into the city today to see what the Sydney Spurs fans are up to. I'm hoping to enjoy a good game of football. Hope to see victory against Crystal Palace. Come on you Spurs, let's see how we go. And that's as far as my adventure into town went, because even though it says on the official Tottenham Australia supporters members site, come to, if you're missing a pub in North London, come to Surrey Hills Hotel on match day, it was closed. So there must be some fine print, some assumed knowledge in there somewhere that it's only certain matches. Now it's probably nothing to do with the guys down on the ground, it's probably some PR idiot at Spurs HQ, so sort that out folks. So I would love to give you a full 90-minute report. I can only give you an 85-minute report because there was 10 minutes added on at the end of the first half, because I missed the first 15 minutes because I was driving back home. And you know what? Don't think I missed much. I don't think I missed much. But anyway, the headline is, we're top of the league by 5 points. Doesn't matter what happens this weekend. Man City can win 10-0. I don't care. Because whatever they do, we'll still be top. We're still going to be top. I wonder what the excuses will be this week. But let's have a look at the game. The game is just literally this second finished. So I'll give you my fuzzy thoughts about the whole thing. Well, the important thing is we won the game. So let's not overlook that. And there was lots of good stuff. But first half, pretty crap, eh? It was ropey as buggery. And we just looked off it. It looked like we couldn't get the ball out of defence. Crystal Palace did flood the midfield for quite a bit in that first half. They didn't look like they were going to come out and score. We did defend very well up to a point. Van der Ven and Romero, as usual, absolutely impeccable. There was a couple of times where Crystal Palace was running down and I could see their centre forward in the middle making a run. I'm thinking, oh no. But Van der Ven was hassling their players so much, he had to run with his head down like this. Couldn't look up and see his runner. So well done Van der Ven and Romero. Van der Ven had to do a bit of an extra shift in that first half. And let's be honest, Ben Davies, man. Not good enough. Not good enough. Defensively, going forward, making himself available. Nah. No, man. Really wasn't happy. Really wasn't happy with his performance. And it was a bit like a car with one flat tyre. The whole thing's knackered. It just, I don't know if it was solely down to Ben Davies, but we were way out of balance. Way out of balance. Everything we were doing was off. We had an awful lot of possession, if you look at those stats. This tells you how rubbish stats are. An awful lot of possession, but it was rubbish possession. It was a bit sort of, not quite Conte-esque, but there's a lot of useless possession. A lot of, I'll put it this way, a lot of Man City possession. Rubbish, tiki-taka, out of the back. And then every time we go forward, we do something dumb and lose it. And then we win the ball back. Because let's face it, Crystal Palace were hopeless. Hopeless. And what happened? What happened? Well, I was sitting there fuming still because I wasted my time this morning. Fuming. And I saw Ange walking off the pitch, shaking his head. Shaking his head. He was not happy, man. And how long did we have to wait? How long did we have to wait before changes were made? Now, I'm sure Ange might have put a rocket up him. I haven't seen what Ange has had to say after the game yet. I'll have a look at that. But I'm sure he's got a few words to say, and quite rightfully so. But what a difference a half-time substitution can make. Emerson Royale came on for Ben Davies. So, you know, bit unfortunate state of affairs that we're relying on a right back to do a left back's job because the backup left back just isn't up to it. I think it's time for him and Dyer to both go. They've been around the club too long. You know, servants in the club and all that, but not good enough, man. Not good enough. Ben Davies had a great chance and failed in pretty much every department, really. But older standing left back, the right back, Emerson, I thought he had a bloody good game actually. We looked different immediately the start of the second half. Now that's partly him maybe getting us back into a bit of balance, back into our Spursy shape, but I'm sure Ange threw a few football boots around as well. He wouldn't have been impressed. And we straight away looked more lively, didn't we? Looked more lively. Nice one-touch passing. And then all of a sudden we score an own goal. Well, they score an own goal. I don't know. It was sort of a loop in from Maddison. He seemed happy with it, and it bounced off a Crystal Palace's player shin. Lovely. I'll take it all day long. 1-0. 1-0 to the mighty Lily Whites. And then we started really kicking into gear. More substitutes to follow. So none of this. You know, I'm really liking the way Ange is taking control of what he can take control of as much as possible. He is influencing the outcomes of games. When players ain't doing it, he gets them off. So in the second half, then later on, we brought on Brennan Johnson for Richarlison and Højbjerg for Bissouma. Bissouma was off it today, not up to his usual standard. Højbjerg, fantastic. I thought he did really well again. And Johnson was involved in our second goal. What a second goal it was. That's a Spursy goal. It was linking up there. It's all sorts of people, but it finished with Maddison, Johnson and Son. I think it was Son that scored. I can't even remember who bloody scored now. Actually, a nice little moment I thought from Son. He's such a nice guy. No one can refuse him. There was a part when a Crystal Palace player was down on the ground, and I saw Son go over and said to the Crystal Palace physio, "Oh, can I have some of your water, please?" He said, "Yeah, okay," and had a sip. And then Son turns around and offers the bottle to the referee. "Would you like a sip?" He's like, "No, okay." Oh dear, oh dear. So we looked much better in the second half. Johnson looked all right. I think Richie, maybe his days might be numbered starting in that position for the time being, you know, because I think Johnson did look a lot better straight away. So it was like within a minute of him coming on, we scored our second goal. Then lots of good stuff. I'm not happy about time wasting. I hate it when teams do it. I don't like it when Tottenham does it either, and there was a lot of that going on. So many passes between Vicario, Romero, went on and on and on. Let's go 3-0, boys, eh? How about we do that instead? Even a 2-0, Palace they just didn't have anything. They didn't seem to come at us at all. We were, you know, we were deserved winners. There's no doubt about that. But with a better performance, we should have been knocking in more goals. We didn't even get any chances, I don't think, in the first half. But you know what? I don't care, because I might be looking at that through cranky eyes because of what happened to me this morning. Second half put a great big smile on my face. So my roller coaster was like this during the game. It's like, here we go. And then how about this for a nice bit of icing on the cake? Bentancur returns after his ACL injury, and you know what? He looked all right, didn't he? He looked all right. He hasn't lost any of that. He's just sort of got a beautiful touch on the ball. He's so comfortable with it. It's just finesse. It's something that a lot of players don't have. So it's great to see Bentancur back. And then Brian Hill came on as well. So Maddison went off. And who else went off? Was it Kulu? Maddison went off, didn't he? Kulu? It might have been Kulu. I don't know. I think Son played 90 minutes, didn't he? See, if you want facts, this is the wrong channel for it. I've literally just watched the game. Can't remember bugger all. I was thinking of taking notes during the game. I thought, no, stuff that. I'll just tell you how I felt about the whole thing. That's the more important thing. You know what happened. You watched it yourself. So it was great to see Bentancur back. It's great to see Hill get a chance, and they look good as too. So we do have lots of options at most areas of the pitch, except left back perhaps, and maybe centre back. You know, I think I'll be filling in those gaps in January. But hopefully, a doggy will be back next week for when we play Chelsea. Was there anything else that leapt out into my mind? You know what? The Spurs fans, the Spurs away fans, did the club proud again, because most of the match all I could hear was "Come on, you Spurs." I couldn't hear any. What did they sing at Crystal Palace? "Come on, you Eagles" or something. I couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear anything they were saying. It was all Spurs, Spurs, Spurs. So well done to the blue and white army followers there. That was awesome to see. So let's have a look at the state of play, eh? Let's have a look at the state of play. Of course, here is the Premier League table, which we will be top of. We will be top of for at least another week. It's probably more than that. I mean, we're only playing Chelsea next week. It's not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. We got our man Johnny on the spot, Poch, making sure they're rubbish. But not too rubbish that he gets the sack. But he's had a couple of results. So it's time for Poch. The red cow rises at dawn. That's his sleeper activation code to make them crap again for the next game. There's Premier League table. And now the Hotspur Hippie Dreamometer, the Dreamometer. On the left-hand side, no movement there, because even though we were rubbish last year, we still beat Palace 4-0. So we didn't gain any points over that result. 3 points last year, 3 points this year, so we're on 71 points there. But look at our pro rata. I mean, this is getting ridiculous, isn't it? Was it how many points? I've forgotten how many points we've got. We've got 23 points, 26 points, 26 points we must have. Adding it up, maybe I've got that wrong in my head. And I've just brought the table up there, but I can't see it because it's not like in the real world. It's just a special effect. Here's the heat spots. Look at this, 99 points. If you take our number of points divided by the matches played, times it by 38, we get 99. So that's getting more and more concreted in, that indicator of being Premier League champions. So the future is right. You know, there's still work to be done at Tottenham. But even though we were a bit ropey in the first half, defensive displays by Romero, Vicario, with another superb reflex save, kept us in the game. So our attacking going forward was not up to it, but 4/5 of our back line were up to the job. One wasn't, and that gave us the springboard for the second half. Work to be done though. Less time wasting. Let's get 3 or 4-0, boys. Let's put the game to bed. Crystal Palace did come back with a goal. Looked a little bit handball-y to me. Looked like it came off his chest and his arm, but who cares? I don't care about clean sheets. I think Ange Postecoglou himself has said he never pops a champagne cork for a clean sheet, and neither do I. Don't care that we conceded. 2-1. The mighty Spurs march on. Next stop, Chelsea. Top of the league, boys. Top of the league. We're in the race. Could we do it? Woo, who knows? Until next time, peace and love, man. Peace and love, and call you Spurs.